Hello, welcome back to another lesson. In this lesson, we'll be considering cloud security basics. So I'll be explaining how security changes when systems move to the cloud. Cloud environments remove traditional boundaries and introduce new responsibilities. And having a good understanding of those responsibilities is essential to avoiding major breaches. Let's get right into it. Why does cloud security matter? Cloud security matters because cloud adoption changes the risk landscape. Most modern systems now run in the cloud. Data is no longer stored only on local servers. Misconfigurations frequently cause major breaches, and the cloud changes how security responsibilities are divided now. What is cloud computing? Cloud computing delivers infrastructure over the internet. It provides an on-demand computing resources, servers, storage, and applications are delivered online with the help of cloud computing. Resources can now scale dynamically with the help of cloud computing, and cloud providers manage the underlying infrastructure. What are the common cloud service models? We have different cloud service models with different responsibilities. The first one is infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service can also be called the digital scaffolding because it replaces an on-premise hardware with virtualized cloud-hosted and on-demand resources. And what it does is that it provides fundamental computing resources such as servers, networking, storage, and virtualization. For infrastructure as a service, the user responsibility involves management of the operating systems, middleware, applications, and data. Examples are Amazon Web Services AWS, EC2, Google Compute Engine, Microsoft Azure Virtual Machines, and Rackspace. The second one is platform as a service. I can call this the developer sandbox. Platform as a service delivers a cloud-based environment for developing, testing, and managing applications without maintaining the underlying infrastructure. What it does is that it combines infrastructure as a service with pre-configured tools such as middleware, databases, and development tools. Here, the user responsibilities involve managing the application code and data configurations. Examples are Google App Engine, AWS Elastic Beanstalk, Heroku, and Azure SQL Database. Then we have the last one, which is the software as a service. I can call this ready-to-use applications. It is a software distribution model where applications are hosted and accessed over the internet, which helps to eliminate local installation. And what it does is that it provides the entire application stack, including maintenance and updates. Here, the user responsibility involve end-user configuration and data usage. Examples are Salesforce, Microsoft Office 365, Google Workspace, Slack, Telnetting, and other software as a service that you might think of. Lastly, I want you to know that each has their respective security responsibilities. Infrastructure as a service has its own, platform as a service has its own, and software as a service has its own. Next, we are going to consider the shared responsibility model. In cloud computing, securities are divided. So we can say the cloud provider secures the infrastructure, the customer secures what runs in the cloud. The responsibilities then vary by service model, and misunderstanding can lead to security gaps. Now, what does cloud providers secure? Cloud providers protect foundational components such as physical data centers, hardware and networking, underlying infrastructure, and the core infrastructure services. Now, what are the things customers are responsible for when it comes to security? Customers remain responsible for critical areas such as user identities and access control, data and applications, system configurations and permissions, and operating systems in certain service models. What are the common cloud security risks? Most cloud breaches involve configuration errors. So some of the cloud security risks involve misconfigured storage buckets, overly permissive access roles, exposed credentials, and lack of proper monitoring. Next, we'll consider identity as the new perimeter. Traditional network boundaries fade in the cloud, so there is no internal versus external network in the cloud. Access decisions are identity-based in cloud, and identity and access management become central. Lastly, least privilege is very essential when it comes to cloud computing. What are cloud misconfigurations? Small mistakes can bring about large impacts, And here are some of the misconfigurations that can cause that. Publicly exposed resources, default settings that are left unchanged, excessive permissions that are granted, and simple configuration errors that could lead to major exposure. Let's now consider cloud logging and monitoring. Visibility remains critical when it comes to cloud computing. Cloud native logging tools can help us track activity. User actions can be recorded with the help of cloud logging and monitoring. Suspicious behavior can also be detected, and logs are very essential for incident response. Let's consider data protection in the cloud. Data security remains a customer duty. So here are some of the duties that customers must ensure. The first one is encryption at rest to protect stored data. Another one is encryption in transit to protect moving data. The next one is key management, which must be handled properly. And last, we have data ownership, and customers must be able to manage this very well. Let's now consider cloud security and the CIA triad. Cloud security supports core principles. Confidentiality is ensured through access control and encryption. Integrity is ensured through controlled configuration and management. Availability is ensured through resilient and distributed architecture, and all three are affected by cloud design. What are the common cloud security mistakes? Misunderstandings can create exposure, so we must not assume the provider handles all security. There must not be poorly designed access control. We must not ignore alerts and logs. These are another mistakes many organizations and professionals make. And we must not skip regular security reviews. This is very important too. What have we learned so far in this lesson? We've learned that cloud security requires clarity and discipline. We've seen that the cloud changes how security is implemented. We've seen that when it comes to cloud security and cloud computing, responsibility is shared. Also, misconfiguration is a big risk, and identity and access control are very critical and should be managed properly. Let's take a test together. Here is the question. In the cloud shared responsibility model, what is the customer always responsible for? Here are the options. So pause your video, read through the options, pick your answer and drop in the comments, then come back to play the video. What's the correct answer? The correct answer is C, which is user access and data security. That's all for this lesson. If you're here to subscribe to our channel, please do that now. Also, do not forget to like, share, and comment. Thank you so much, and see you in the next lesson.